What is going on, YouTube? It is the one, the only, the impeccable, the amazing, the great, the marvelous Jared the Analyst, and I am back with another YouTube video. So since the award's inception all the way back in 1955, the NBA has awarded 35 players their regular season Most Valuable Player award. Out of those 35 players, 15 of those players have won 2 or more MVP awards. Out of those players, 13 of those players have won back-to-back MVPs. And of the players who have managed to win 3+ MVPs, only 3 of them have managed to do it consecutively. Those players being Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Larry Bird. However, what Nikola Jokic has been doing this season in terms of his play has convinced a lot of people that he will be the first player since Larry Bird all the way back in the 1980s to three-peat as an MVP. Now, the reason as to why this is so significant is not only because of how rare it is to actually accomplish this, but also because of the phenomenon known in the NBA community as voter fatigue. Now, voter fatigue is this idea that after about 2 consecutive MVPs, the people voting for the MVP essentially get tired of that player receiving the award and will look for any other player or reason not to give that player the award. And like I said, this has happened multiple times throughout NBA history. However, with the way that Jokic is performing, even with voter fatigue going against him, it's looking like the voters will have no choice but to crown Jokic the MVP for the 3rd consecutive season. Now, why is that exactly, you may be asking? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, let's look at the statistics that Jokic is putting up. So currently, Jokic is averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 9.9 assists, which is basically a triple-double. Now, this in itself is historic, as Jokic would be the first center in NBA history to average a triple-double for a season. However, what's even more remarkable is the efficiency in which he's recording. Because as of right now, Jokic is currently averaging a 25-point triple-double while shooting 63% from the field, 38% from 3, and 82% from the free throw line. For my stat nerds, that is a true shooting percentage of 70%, which is absolutely ridiculous. That is literally beyond 2016 Curry levels of efficiency, which would make Jokic have the highest single true shooting percentage of all time when looking at other volume scores. Putting up the same numbers as last year on even better shooting splits is absolutely unreal, and a key point as to why he should be the MVP. See, another thing that stands apart from Jokic's past 2 MVPs would be the team success. Back in 2021, the Nuggets' second best player in Jamal Murray unfortunately suffered a torn ACL during the middle of the season and would be sidelined for the rest of that season, as well as the entirety of the 2022 season. With that said, the Nuggets still finished with the top 3 seed in the conference, finishing 47-25, and allowing Jokic to receive his first MVP. The following season, like I just stated, Jamal Murray would be sidelined for the entire season, and not only that, but the 3rd best player in Michael Porter Jr. would also suffer an injury and only be available to play 9 games that year. However, even with his 2 best players hurt, Jokic still made Denver a borderline 50-win team and was rewarded with his 2nd consecutive MVP. This year, however, with both Murray and MPJ back in the lineup, the Nuggets have not just improved, but they have become the number 1 team in the Western Conference and are a game behind becoming the best team in the entire NBA. Jokic has been able to elevate this team to even higher levels, even though he more than likely will not have another All-Star or All-NBA performer as his teammate. The Nuggets are currently 34-14, which currently puts them on pace to win 58 games. And again, Jokic being able to do this while still being as efficient as he is yet another reason that he should be given the MVP this year. The final reason, though, as to why Jokic should win MVP without looking at his stats or his team's success would, of course, be the narrative. And as much as people may want to act like it doesn't, narrative does play a huge role into determining the MVP. See, the fact that Jokic and the Nuggets have had to deal with injuries and unfortunate circumstance the past 2 years to not only come back stronger, but now with a legitimate shot at not only winning the West, before competing for an NBA championship is simply remarkable. And as I stated before, with no other All-NBA performer or All-Star as his teammate, Nikola Jokic is the driving force of their success. And to think that the no-name, overweight, slow-footed foreigner who was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial has the chance to make even more NBA history by not only becoming the first big man to average a triple-double for a season, but to become the first player in 37 years to three-peat as an MVP. If that isn't a compelling enough story, then honestly, I don't know what is. And again, to add on to the fact that the Nuggets are the #1 seed in the Western Conference, with again the stat line and efficiency that Jokic is putting up, there's practically no box that Jokic hasn't currently checked off to be crowned the 2023 MVP. So to wrap everything up, Nikola Jokic is once again having a historic season, and I wholeheartedly believe with everything that he is accomplishing, the history that he is making, and he could potentially make, he should 1000% be the 2023 NBA's most valuable player. But of course, this is just my opinion. If you feel like any other player deserves it over Jokic, feel free to comment down below. Thank you all for the support and watching for this quick little video that I made. Thank you guys. For my new subscribers, please follow my Instagram at Jared the Analyst and my Twitter, Analyst to Jared, to keep up with what I'm doing and what I'll be posting on here. And as always, I will see you all next time. Adios.